Hi everyone, my name is Amber and welcome to today's Stellar Guitarist guitar tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to play San Francisco by McKenzie. This song was made famous during the 60s, which was the flower power era. So go and put some flowers into your hair and let's jump into the lesson today. Hey Stellar Guitarists, are you ready to take your guitar playing skills to the next level? I'm so excited to announce that doors to my Let's Level Up guitar course are officially open. This is your chance to master the fretboard, nail those bar chords, and to finally play with the confidence that you have always dreamed of. Whether you are stuck in a rut or you're just wanting to push your skills a little bit further, this course is for you. So you seriously do not want to miss out on all the fun. All the information is linked below this video, so let's level up together. So for the lesson today, we have 3 sections that we need to learn for the song. We have the verse, we have the bridge, and the outro. So let's go ahead and jump into learning the verse of the song. The chords we're going to need are an E minor, a C major, G major, a D major chord. We're also going to need a D7 chord. And last but not least, we need a B minor chord, which is traditionally played as a bar chord. Now, if this is a little bit too difficult for you as a beginner, then I would like to suggest using my easy B minor. And this is really quite simple. We only need 3 fingers, and we're going to be placing our first finger into the 2nd fret on the high E string. Our 2nd finger will go into the 3rd fret on the B string, and our 3rd finger will go on the 4th fret on the G string. And we're only going to be playing those 3 strings. This is a great substitute if you are just starting out. So now that you have those chords under your fingers, let's take a look at the chord sequence used in the verse. So the chords will be up on the screen in the correct order, and for now we're going to be just playing 1 down strum on each chord. So the verse is going to start on an E minor chord, and it's going to sound like this. Ready? And E minor. If your C chord to the G chord and to D. Repeat the chord sequence again. E minor to the C chord and to the G and to the D. The 3rd line of chords, the chord sequence changes slightly. E minor, change to the G chord and C, back to the G. And the final line of chords, we stay on the G chord for 1 strum, change to the B minor, to E minor, and to D. And then finally the D7 chord. So you can of course get away with playing the song with just 1 down strum. That's totally cool if you are a beginner. But if we're going to want to jazz it up a little bit, we can add a strumming pattern. And it's a strumming pattern that so many beginners can play and should learn how to play. And it sounds like this. Down, down, up, down, up. And we're going to count that 1, 2, and 4, and. 1, 2, and 4, and. Or down, down, up, down, up. And we're going to play that strumming pattern for 1 round on each chord that you see up on the screen. So the verse is going to sound something like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor. If you're going to San Francisco. Repeat the chord sequence. Be sure to wear some flowers in your hair. Back to E minor. If you're the G chord, to C, back to G. Stay on the G. You're going to B minor, some E minor, to the D chord, and D7. And that same chord sequence is going to repeat 1 more time because the verse is a double verse. Hey you guys, I hope that you are enjoying my lesson here on YouTube. If you are, please could I ask you to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. Come and join the Stellar Guitarist community. You can also switch your notifications button on. This way YouTube will notify you every time I release a video just like this one so that you can become a stellar guitarist. Right, let's get back into the lesson today. The next section we're going to be looking at is the bridge, and we have a few new chords here. So the first chord we're going to need to learn is an F major chord. This is also played as a bar chord. However, you can also use my easy F, which is also known as an F major 7 chord, and the chord will be up on the screen. We play it with our first finger in the first fret on our B string. Our second finger goes into the second fret on our G string, and our third finger is going to reach across into the third fret on our D string. And we're going to strum from the D string down. This is a great substitute if you are just starting out. We're also going to need a G major chord, and we're going to need a D major chord. So if we just go back to one down strum on each chord, it's going to sound like this. Starting on that F chord, we're going to play 4 rounds of the F. 1, 2, 3, 4, F again, 2, 3, 4, F again, and F again. Changing to the G major, 2, 3, 4, G, 2, 3, 4, G. Change back to the F, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Switch to the G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, and to D. D one more time. Now we have a few options in this section. Of course, you can use the strumming pattern down, down, up, down, up, if you are comfortable with that. So the bridge could sound like this. All across the nation, such a strange vibration, people in motion. So we're just using down, down, up, down, up. There's a whole generation. F again, with a new explanation. Change the G chord. People in motion. And switch to the D. People in motion. However, I quite like changing it up a little bit here. And if you listen to the original song, you will also be able to hear that there's a bit of a driving force coming in this bridge section. And we're going to achieve that by doing all down strums, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So each chord you see up on the screen will get those 8 down strums, which we count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the bridge could sound something like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F again, F again, and one more time, and then we're going to change the G. People in motion. One more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and one more time. Switch to the G. And we change the D chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So keeping those strums really small. We don't want to be hitting all the strings all the time. You're just really wanting to aim for 3 or 4 strings per chord. Now, one more thing that I would like to encourage, especially those of you who are more of an intermediate player, what you can do if you're playing the F major bar chord, when it gets to the G major, we can slide that shape up to the 3rd fret for the G major bar chord shape. So we can go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. You're going to slide up to the G and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and sliding back to F. Try that out. It's a lot of fun and it gives the song a bit more of a grungy sound. Now the last section of the song is the outro. It's a very short section and it introduces a key change, which means we're going to be learning a few more chords. Now, I have heard that people think that this last section of the song is quite random, especially because the key change is only happening for a very short amount of time. But I quite like it, and I think it adds a bit of interest. Plus, we have some new chords that keep the song nice and interesting and moving forward. So the chords we're going to need, unfortunately, 2 of them are bar chords, and there's no way around these 2 bar chords. We have to play them as bar chords. We don't have open chord options for them. So the first one is an F sharp minor chord, which we play in the 2nd fret using an E minor chord shape. So this is our F sharp minor. We're then going to be going to an A major, which I play as an open chord, the D major, which is also an open chord, and then we have a C sharp minor, and this is our 2nd bar chord, which we're playing in the 4th fret with our bar using an A minor chord shape. So the outro is going to start off with an F sharp minor, and the little star next to each of the chords you see up on the screen indicates 1 down strum. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 to the A, 2, 3, 4 to the D, 2, 3, 4 back to A. We then go back to the strumming pattern. Down, down, up, up, down, up. We switch to C sharp minor. Back to F sharp minor. And to A. A again. F sharp minor. One more time. And we end on the A chord. So the outro is going to sound something like this, starting on that F sharp minor. A 1, 2, here we go, and if your A chord to the D chord, back to A, strumming pattern. Summertime will be a loving there. A again, switch to A, F sharp minor, repeat the F sharp minor, and 1 strum on the A. So those are the 3 main sections of the song. I really hope you enjoyed learning with me today. If you did, then make sure you join me in the next section of this lesson where we are going to be doing a full playthrough of the entire song. So have your guitar ready and let's get into it today. Get ready for a full playthrough from the very beginning. A 1, 2, 3, 4. If you're going to San Francisco, be sure to wear some flowers in your hair. If you're going to San Francisco. to San Francisco. Summertime will be a loving there. Thank you so much for joining me in my lesson. I really love jamming along with you today. If you enjoyed this lesson, then I know you're going to love the lesson that is being suggested to you right now on the screen, so go and check it out. Until next week, I will see you in my next tutorial. Have a lovely day, everyone. Bye.